it gets real. It gets real. It gets real. Um, there is Potter. Potter is an interesting case here because I'm confused. Because I want to come at this in the fairest way possible. Everyone deserves a chance. Everyone deserves time. And anybody who understands football and how difficult management is, specifically at this level that Chelsea are at, you need time. To an extent. Because at one hand, I said you need time because management is very complicated and the position Potter is in is even more complex. It's even more complex. It's even more complex. But Tuchel did say something. It is what it is. Well, he didn't say that exactly, but I'm translating what he said. It is what it is, which is that. True. Difficult position, hard position, players coming in. You've got to deliver results. You've got to deliver results. Because once you're at this level and so forth, and you are at a big club, there's no such thing as time at a big club. There's no such thing as time when a club is used to winning trophies, is addicted to winning trophies. You've got to deliver. And once you're not delivering and the performances are low, people will get edgy. Because Potter's in a very interesting situation now. So he comes in and he's told you're going to be given time. Yes, whatever, you're going to be given time. It's going to be a long process. And everybody's on board that this is going to be a long process. This is not going to be a quick fix. It's going to take time because players are going to be coming in and it's going to take time for you to gel these players and get them playing within a philosophy and a cohesive way. These things will take time. It can't take a summer or 2 summers. It's going to take like a season or maybe 2 seasons for you to really start saying, well, what's up? Look at what's happening with Arteta and Arsenal now. So, time. I'm going to be given time. I'm going to be given time. I'm going to be given time. I was promised I would be given time. But there's something weird happening. Something odd. And that odd thing that's happening is you have a situation where Abramovich has set a certain precedent of winning. So what you have is Potter, I got told I was going to be given time, and that was what was told to me in the interview. But I'm hearing fans booing. I'm hearing fans call for Tuchel. I'm hearing fans questioning my attitude, questioning my approach. And that is where you now have that question towards Potter about, what makes you angry? Why weren't you angry about the VAR call? And what does it look as if you have any kind of, fire within you? So Potter is really in this weird position because Potter's mind frame coming in here was, I'm coming in a weird situation now. We're not going to start winning now. So whatever happens this season is a write-off. It's just about going through the motions and just building something. Win, lose, or draw, it doesn't matter. Let's just go through the motions. But for the fans, no. Because for the fans, it's like, no. Win, lose, or draw, it does matter. And Chelsea Football Club cannot be lying in 10th place and mid-table. So that is not acceptable. Because it is very difficult. Because guys, think about it from the Chelsea fan mind frame. It's very difficult from where you're first, second, third, maybe fourth, first, second, third, maybe fourth, maybe fifth, one time, first, second, third. So you're within that 3, 4, fifth at one time, sixth at maybe one time, but you rarely go below sixth. I think in the Bram era, Chelsea never finished below sixth. I don't believe Chelsea ever finished below sixth in the Bram era. So it's difficult to go from that where you're always, for 90% of the time, you're in that top 4 position, maybe even top 3 in 90% of the time. It's very difficult to go from that to now you're not 10th and you're behind Fulham and Brighton. That's very difficult to readjust to. Even if you will give the whole time tax, or like, oh, it's time. Okay, I get it's time, but 10th is a little bit crazy. 10th is a little deep. 10th is a little bit too realistic. It's a little bit too realistic. So what Potter is finding now is he's now caught in the middle. I have the support of the hierarchy, 100%. But with the fans, they were mostly on board when I first came in. Okay, this is what it is. We beloved Tuchel and so forth. Because remember, when Potter first came in, nah, man, Tuchel, who's this guy and everything? But they were like, okay, he's doing well with the Brighton. And guys were, at the very least, begrudgingly, the most ardent Tuchel supporters were begrudgingly supportive of, hey, let's do things differently right now. Let's have a long-term process right now. This hiring and firing doesn't make any sense. Let's actually stick with someone and stick with a process. But with the performances and with 10, because guys, the abuse I've received has been nasty. Guys, the amount of, there's a joke that says Eric, Chelsea's badge, and Hag. So guys are getting creative with these jokes. And I'm one of those guys where I need to joke back. I don't like people joking on me too much because I told you I need to clown other people. But for me, I don't have as much ammo to clown guys back with, so I'm getting bullied. So, Pot, you don't understand. I'm getting cyber bullied every single day. In every live stream, I'm getting bullied every single day. I'm a cyber bully merchant on the opposite end. So he has to understand how guys like me are operating because, brother, you're making life very hard for me. You're making this. Well, this is my livelihood. This is my YouTube is my job, and I'm getting bullied every day. The dobs, the comments, guys on my panel, they're all clowning me. So but what Potter is realizing is this. I can't rest or assume I'll be given the time. Because in life, things change. In life, things change. And I think one of the best things anyone can say to you in life is never assume. Oh, I was told I was given time. I'll be given time. No matter what. I'll be given time no matter what. Okay, no matter what. So what if Chelsea continue to play badly, continue to lose, and the fans start booing, and there is now discontent within the stadiums. There's now booing within the stadiums. There are now banners within the stadiums and so forth. Are you still going to be given that time? Now, Potter, now you're now under pressure. Now you're now against the fans. Because if the fans are not on your side, it's very difficult for you to go through. And this is the worst thing. And this is where, and this is one thing with the fans. That can be okay, whatever. But this is the one thing where this is the point of no return. When you lose the dressing room, it's over. And it's a football adage that's football heads like us, we all know. Once you lose the dressing room, you never win it back. There has never been a manager who has lost, not losing. You see, you can be losing the dressing room, then win it back. Once you've lost the dressing room, which is definitive, once you've lost the dressing room, you never win it back. It's happened with Benitez and Real Madrid. Fortunately, it happened with Mourinho and Chelsea, which was a mutiny, by the way. So my thing is, if he loses the dressing room, if he's lost the dressing room, if there's the point where he's lost the dressing room, that's it. It's over. If your soldiers aren't with you, you can't be a general. You can't command your troops if your troops are not with you. That's what happens, with in all these countries where, if the army just says, no, screw it. If you can't control your soldiers and your troops go against you, you're screwed. What use are you as a captain, as a sergeant, as a general, if the guys below you are like, nah, screw it, we're not going to listen to you. You have to command their respect. So Potter doesn't want it to get to a point where social media exists. And Enzo, Felix, Thiago Silva, they're on social media and they're like, man, Potter ain't that great. Man, Potter's a bomb. What the hell has he done? Retweet. So you don't want that happening. So for Potter, and people know my stance here, and I keep repeating it. Tuchel was mainly Tuchel and Kante, I say, but Tuchel bore large responsibility for that UCL win because we now know that these players are trash, specifically Havertz, Mount, and so forth. So Tuchel's tactical brilliance won that UCL, but he lost the dressing room. I believe he lost the dressing room, and you needed a refresh. So Tuchel had to be sacked. Takes nothing away with his successes, but he had to be sacked. I never wanted Potter to be hired. I never want him to be hired. So him being sacked, you can't sort of go at me because you can only go at me if I was happy with Potter being hired. I wanted Potter to be hired, and I'm like, oh, sack him. Then I'm a fool. I never want him to be hired. But now he's here. It is what it is, So you've already done it. He's already here now. So sacking him now. Okay, you sack him now, and who do you bring in? You bring in Luis Enrique. You bring him. So it's so screwed up because bringing in Potter this time is already problematic. You sack him and you bring in Luis Enrique at this time. It's too crazy. We're past halfway through the season now. So it's look. Let's just see what happens. So at this time of recording, it's the Dortmund game. It's UCL or bust. Chelsea are not getting top four. Domestic league. Can Potter win the Champions League with Chelsea? If you want a straight answer, I'd say no. But he has to. So that's where I'm in limbo. Half up. Can Potter win the Champions League with Chelsea? I need a direct answer, you moron. Okay, don't be rude. But no. You want a straight answer? No. I don't think Graham Potter can win the Champions League with Chelsea. I don't think Graham Potter, the manager, has the qualities to win the Champions League with Chelsea. But he has to. He has to prove me wrong. I want to be wrong. I am praying I am wrong. Because Chelsea have to win the Champions League. Because Chelsea not in the Champions League, it's not right. Whenever there's a Champions League, you have to have Barca. You have to have Real Madrid. You have to have Bayern. You have to have Chelsea. Like, you can't have a UCL without Chelsea. Like, you're dealing with one of the biggest clubs on the planet. So it isn't a Champions League without Chelsea. Like, you can't call it the Champions League. The Champions League doesn't have credibility if Chelsea are not there. Simple as that. So Potter has to realize that you're dealing with one of the biggest clubs in the world and a club that is UCL royalty, that Chelsea are part of the tapestry that is the UCL. So it is an obligation for Chelsea to win the UCL, and it is an obligation for Chelsea to actively compete to win the UCL because they are UCL royalty. It's going to be an interesting few months. It's going to be an interesting few months. It's going to be an interesting few months, man. All I'm saying, man. Okay, is that if Mourinho. I'm just saying. I'm not saying it. Just Mourinho was, all right. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Hit the subscribe button over there, guys. Hit that subscribe button over there, guys, and check out these other videos, guys. One love.